Thank you for supporting RSBN and your trusted source for coverage you can count on.
And it's a bright sunny day here, Megan, in beautiful Michigan. It's that lovely time of year where the weather has really turned and springtime is on full display in one of the most beautiful states in all of the country. And if you pan over here, Mr. Director, just the crowds already lining up, getting ready, just as if it's on the campaign trail, exciting again. USA! And they love our country. USA! 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 Does it remind you of 2024? There's no doubt about it. And we have a candidate for governor of Michigan coming up. As we know, it's a two-term situation here. Mr. Anthony Hudson, who is taking on the establishment's head bait.
Mr. Hudson, thanks for joining us today. Please tell us what you stand for and also let us know what you think Gretchen Whitmer has done incorrectly for the state of Michigan.
Well, what I stand for is the people of Michigan. And I think what government has forgotten in this state is that they serve the people who live here. So I'm not asking to be the next leader of Michigan. I'm asking to be the next servant of the people. And if you ask me what Whitmer's done wrong in the state of Michigan, I don't know if we have enough time on your show to do that. Our economy's failing here. Our roads are deteriorating. Our education is one of the worst in the country. The wind and solar initiative is failing. And on top of that, she wants to raise our taxes by another 40% because the Democrats can never just take enough money from us Republicans. So everything is wrong. That's why my hat says Fix Michigan. And that's the slogan that we're going to run on. And we're going to bring Donald Trump's Agenda 47 right back to Michigan where it belongs.
Wonderful. And what are some of the campaign promises that you have for Michigan voters?
Well, we found a way to get rid of property taxes in the state of Michigan, and we want to be an innovator across the country to show other states how to eliminate property taxes. We want to get rid of our state income tax here as well. And then I don't know if you know, but Michigan is the most expensive state in the country with car insurance, with our no-fault policies. And we want to throw that out the window and go with what 38 other states use, which is an at-fault auto insurance policy. And then we want to also get rid of our annual auto tag renewals in the state of Michigan. It's just a bill that we get on our birthday for them to take more money from us to keep and maintain the same information that's already tied to our vehicles. So what we're doing is finding ways to shrink our government, give it the control back to the local municipalities, and keep your money in your pocket where it belongs.
That's exactly right. And it sounds like it would be some great policies for the people here in Michigan. If you're going to get out and vote this fall, make sure you vote for Mr. Hudson, and make sure that if you're not registered yet, go ahead and register in the state of Michigan. What did you think about how Governor Whitmer handled the COVID situation? I remember when she was banning people from planting their own gardens to make their own vegetables.
Well, Whitmer completely shut the state of Michigan down. I don't know how we were ever able to semi-reopen the mandates, taking people out of business, shutting down small businesses, restaurants, closing our schools, making our kids get homeschooled for over 2 years. Although she claimed it was 90 days, I was one of those parents that was at home for 2 years homeschooling my boys. And the state still hasn't fully recovered from that. We have businesses trying to reopen. Our restaurants are not fully reopened. Our Walmarts close at 11 o'clock. They used to be 24/7. Our restaurants used to be open till midnight, 1 o'clock. Bars would be open till 2 or 3. And that's just not the case anymore. People are terrified of her leadership because they didn't want the mandates. They didn't want the shot. And they felt if they didn't get the shot, they were going to be punished by government. That's not freedom. Freedom also includes the freedom to choose. We should decide what we want to do with our bodies and what we want to put in our bodies, not have some far left lunatic come out and tell us you have to do this or else. I was actually the owner of a trucking company when COVID hit, and I lost my business because of her mandates and her policies. So extremely frustrated with her. Her approval rating has got to be negative, in my opinion, and Michigan deserves better. We can do better.
That's right. And with President Trump's leadership on a federal level and with your leadership on a state level, I think it would be great for the state of Michigan, bringing back manufacturing jobs, the auto industry, and the tariffs, and you cutting taxes, property taxes. It would just all around be great for the state of Michigan. So make sure you get out and vote.
Thank you. Yeah, getting rid of the property taxes, people don't realize entices those manufacturers to come back to Michigan, because the property tax they're paying in other states becomes a profit when you come back to Michigan and open up your manufacturing plant. The people that have moved out of Michigan can come back because we don't have property taxes or state income taxes, lower car insurance, no auto tax. We want to make Michigan affordable again. And we want to make Michigan a leader across the country again. And we have the blueprint to do it. We just have to follow our commander-in-chief, Donald Trump, and we have to give the promises that we can actually make come true. And that's what we're doing.
That's right. And back in the day, the Midwest in the United States was the powerhouse of America. So let's make Michigan great again.
Amen. Absolutely. Make Michigan great again. You can check out our website, electanthonyhudson.com. We will take your support. We have Fix Michigan hats who are made by the same company that makes the MAGA hats all over the country. So we're very proud to be wearing those and promoting those. But this is your campaign for a grassroots blue collar man, not a recycled establishment type politician. If you want change, Michigan, this is a campaign for you. And I look forward to meeting you guys out on the campaign trail.
Wonderful. Thanks for joining us and good luck.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Make sure you vote for Anthony Hudson for governor of Michigan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
It. Your hair's doing fine, by the
Thanks. Had to have the clip because it's windy out today. Here we go.
Good job. Great interview, because so many governors are term limited, whether it's in the Southeast or here in the Wolverine state of Michigan. We're joined by my friend here. It's 93 rally.
This is my 93rd rally for our real most beloved patriot, peacemaker, president, sir. So this is my 93rd rally. Before that, I was at Capital One Arena for the parade, Jan 20, and I was standing exactly in the front row, and I'm so lucky and I'm blessed that I got the Sharpie after he signed the historical executive orders. He threw the Sharpie, he tossed up the Sharpie, and I got one. So I was first there in that MAGA rally as well. So I attend this many rallies. Wherever our honorable real president goes, I just follow him. I want to support him. I want to cheer him. And whatever he say, he's the man of his words. He kept promises, whatever the promise he made. So I really like him so much.
Can you share with us? You were rallying up this crowd earlier. You want to do that again?
Yeah, sure. Guys, USA! 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 USA!
I don't know. I think Pennsylvania was louder. Let's do that one more time.
USA! 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 USA!
That's really the energy of this stuff. You know, it truly is an American love fest, as we saw on the campaign trail. All three campaigns into now this 100 days of the golden era. Sir, what are your top highlights for President Trump in the first 100 days back in office?
First and the foremost thing, he's the man of his word, and he did so many promises when he was running the campaigning for the second term of for the office. And first thing he said that I will shut down the border. The moment he sworn in at Rotunda, January 2025, he declared southern border is emergency. So southern border got closed in no time. First thing. Second thing, he said that I am a peacemaker, I am a peace president, and he's going to stop the war, he said, and almost the war got stopped. There is a very positive talk going on between Russia and Ukraine and Israel, Palestine. Almost the war got stopped. Third thing, he said he will bring the economy down. He will bring the inflation low, which he is doing. The moment he became a president, the anti-American party, they said that, look at the price of the eggs price are going up. How? Biden did everything wrong. Biden did everything damage to this country. And he takes time. Within a month, the prices of the eggs come down. Not only that, he said that the prices of the gas will be come down. He said at CNN town hall that drill baby drill. He said, and he's doing the drill baby drill. You can see the prices of the gas is coming down. So like I said, he's the man of his word. Promise made, promise kept. So whatever he said, he's doing. And what Biden did not do, what Obama did not do, what Bill Clinton did not do, he has done. He has proved in this 100 days.
And they've all been in this building before, those former presidents.
Yep.
And you speaking, sir, truth to power, 93 rallies.
Amen.
That's a big number. We love that. And go Army. We want to bring you on over here and talk to Megan some more about why you're joining us today at this MAGA rally.
Motivated right now. This is so awesome. It's so awesome. You see this guy right here? This is my Uncle Dan. This shirt. This is Donna Brandenburg. She's going to be running for governor for Michigan. She runs for the Taxpayer Party because she got kicked off of the Republican Party because she talked about treason and all the stuff that the Republican Party and the Democrat Party were doing. So she's putting it out there, and she's trying to get to be the governor for Michigan.
So a third-party initiative.
Operation. It's going to be called Operation Brandenburg. Boots on the ground. There's no failure this time. And the thing is, what she wants to do is Trump tells us all the time that he wants to bring common sense, right? So when he talks about common sense, that's common law. So when we go back to common law is what we need to be going back to. There is no Republican Party. There is no Democrat Party. We need to unify, because what does our founding fathers say? They didn't want a party because what's it doing? It divides us. You see what I'm saying? Right. And then you've been to these Trump things. So when Trump goes and talks to all these different countries, right? And you see those Marines standing there with those flags, you don't see no gold fringe anymore. You know why, right? Because that's maritime law. We're out of maritime law. You look at all those flags at Washington, D.C. when he goes to see the White House, when he brings in all these different countries. There's no gold fringe. And on top, there's no eagle. Because the eagle, actually, it's not even an eagle. It's a fiery phoenix, because an eagle only has a short neck. So you're looking at a phoenix, and that represents a corporation. We're no longer part of the corporation, because if you see that spear tip, that represents the military. So the military is running and helping Trump. That's why these executive orders that he created, 13848, 13813, all these different executive orders, just like that gentleman was saying, you know, that guy that was running for governor, you know, they wanted us to take these jabs and stuff. That's crimes against humanity. And they know it. And now it's coming. The storm is coming.
So what are you most excited about seeing President Trump today with all of your great history and constitutional lessons there?
He just motivates us, you know, because he wants common sense. And the people need to quit worrying about a freaking party. No more Republican Party, because they're corrupt. Why are some of our Republican Party people saying they don't want the tariffs? Right. So the tariffs are sent out for them to show who's who in the zoo. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because there's corrupt Republicans, there's corrupt Democrats. You see what I'm saying? Right. And when Trump did his first tour, when he walked in front of the Queen, people got crazy and said he's crazy. No, he did that purposely, because there's three pillars. There's London, there's the Vatican, and Washington, D.C., right? Well, the Queen was taken out. She's gone, right? Trump took over Washington, D.C., and now the Pope is gone. Those three pillars are gone. So now we're coming back to common sense. So he goes over and does this stuff when he went to Russia, you know, and Putin handed him a soccer ball, right? People are, what's that all about? He was telling Trump, the ball is now in your court. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Well, thank you, gentlemen. Enjoy today, and good luck with the race. It's going to be an exciting time. Absolutely. Grassroots activism. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
You're the best. You're the only group I listen to.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate that. So great to have Megan. As we heard the Backstreet Boys in the background, I want it that way, and these people want President Trump in office.
That's right. And earlier we heard we are the champions, which we are. We won back our country in November. So here we are celebrating President Trump's first 100 days in office. And a message from one of our favorite sponsors, All Family Pharmacy. Imagine eating a medication and being told you can't have it, not because it's out of stock, but because someone decided you shouldn't have access. It's already happened and can happen again. When others make it complicated, All Family Pharmacy makes it simple. Just the meds you want, when you need them, without jumping through hoops. They've got ivermectin, methylene blue, and the kinds of meds your local pharmacy won't touch and your doctor won't even mention, but you know they work. They've also got antibiotics, your everyday meds, and over 200 essential medications to keep your home stocked and your family ready. because being prepared isn't optional anymore. It's about your everyday life. Like when your spouse runs out of blood pressure meds on a Sunday, or your kid spikes a fever in the middle of the night and everything's closed down. All Family Pharmacy takes care of it. You order online, their doctors handle the prescription, and your meds get shipped right to your door, even overnight. No insurance, no hassle, just peace of mind. Keep your medicine cabinet ready before you're left without options. Go to their website, allfamilypharmacy.com/RSBN, and use our code RSBN10. Again, that's allfamilypharmacy.com/RSBN, and use code RSBN10 to get 10% off your order today.
I love that group. We have such great sponsors here at Right Side Broadcasting Network. And our sponsor at Patriot Attic just released their limited edition, custom made, one of 150 now scale Trump Air Force One planes. I have one myself. So celebrate Trump Force One today. They have only made 200 total in all of this. So you know the supplies do go fast. And once the 200 are sold, they will no longer be available. So it takes 3 to 6 months to get new shipments in. So once they are sold out, they will be gone. Go to patriotatticdeals.com for this opportunity. They also are putting out 47knife.com, something really incredible to get. I have both of these collectibles, but that 47knife.com, incredible, something that you can keep right in your pocket, or it is also 30% off with RSBN. So a great deal for you, the viewer. That's only for our viewers at Right Side Broadcasting Network Live.
Make sure you go check it out before Bobby buys up the whole inventory. He'll buy the whole store. So make sure you go check it out, and thank you to our sponsors.
It's a serious problem that I have, but you should see the man cave. It's coming along very well. Let's see if we can get any extra people here. My friends, are you excited to see President Trump today? Come on down for an interview. Come talk to us. I'll hand you over to MAGA Megan.
Wonderful. So what brings you here today to see President Trump after he's been in office for 100 wonderful days?
I'm just kind of excited to see him, honestly. Never been to one of these things, so it's kind of new experience. Just see how it goes, I guess.
Yeah, we're excited. Super excited. We're great how the first 100 days went. So,
Amazing. Are you regretting your vote for President Trump at all?
no.
The corporate media likes to say that some Trump voters have regretted voting for him since he's been in office, but I don't think that's general consensus. So what policies has he enacted already that you were excited to see?
I personally like the tariffs and the no tax on tips.
That's not in effect yet, but I also like the things that he wants to do, like the no tax on tips. I like that he secured the border. Pretty much everything he said he's going to do, he's done. So I kind of respect that more so than somebody that says he's going to do something and not do it. It's just kind of lame, really. I don't know. So.
That's right. I mean, career politicians in the past make all these promises, empty promises, never fulfill what they said that they were going to campaign on. And then President Trump gets in office and is moving at lightning speed, accomplishing everything that he said he was going to do. So it's wonderful to see. So you said this is your first Trump rally, and yours?
Yes, first Trump rally, yes.
Wow. What do you think President Trump's going to say today?
Oh, I think he'll probably, I don't know, Nick, what do you think?
Well, honestly, he's probably going to talk about all his accomplishments, talk a little shit. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, that's probably how that's going to go.
So we're here celebrating President Trump's first 100 days in office, and it's wonderful to see all the American patriots out here getting ready to celebrate. And it is truly a celebration of a great beginning of a wonderful administration. This is Trump 2.0 in office for the second time. Is there anything else you'd like to say to our viewers here at RSBN?
Trump on.
Go Trump.
Go Trump. That's right. Sorry about your hat. It's a little windy today. Thanks for joining us. It's a windy day, a spring day, almost feels like summer here in Warren, Michigan, getting ready to see President Trump in a few hours.
It's the thing with the Midwest weather. It just goes from winter right into summertime. And yes, it is a
In the same
very
day.
windy day, but doesn't stop the MAGA Patriots from coming out and enjoying and celebrating. And of course, it doesn't stop Right Side Broadcasting Network from having fun at Macomb Community College. And that's something, Megan, that's so interesting as well, because inside, and we'll share some photos with you on social media, all the recent presidents have come to this location campaigning. This is a huge community that helps shape the future of this great nation, whether it was Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama. I didn't see any pictures of AutoPen on the inside, but of course that was happening as well. So we are excited to show all that. As you can see on the screen right now, the double box of President Barack Obama's jersey from Macomb Community College, and all of those recent presidents who have graced this stage, the Sports and Expo Center that President Trump will be addressing these wonderful people today with the seal of the presidency right in front of them. The third rally this year.
I mean, President Trump has been nonstop since the day he got into office, or you could even say the hour he got into office. He went right to signing executive orders in front of everyone at Capital One Arena. He's been negotiating trade deals with world leaders, negotiating ending the Ukraine-Russia war. He's been meeting with all kinds of different people, doing interviews. He's had rallies. He has just been working nonstop for the American people, and he still has time to meet with us to celebrate his first days in office here during the Trump 2.0 administration.
Definitely a nonstop guy. What can I say? Hey, Mr. Shalik, talk to Right Side Broadcasting about why you're here today for the 100-day celebration. I promise I don't bite. Some people are afraid to interview. That's okay. We'll talk to more people out in the crowd here. We got this lady over here with the MAGA Megan. We'll check this out right now. The 4547 shirt. That's awesome.
We've got a beautiful patriot over here who has something to say. What's your name and where are you from?
Denise Ezzo, and I'm from Yale, Michigan.
Wonderful. Have you been to a Trump rally before, or is this your first one?
Everyone.
No matter where it is, or all in Michigan?
No, just Michigan. Just Michigan.
Wonderful. Every rally in Michigan you've attended. What are you excited to see President Trump say today versus when he was on the campaign trail?
America is back. America is back. Thank God. Thank God. Everybody, Michigan loves President Trump. Michigan, and he's here celebrating with us, so we're just happy.
Amazing. We cannot wait to see President Trump here in just a few hours. Is there any campaign promises that stand out to you that President Trump has already been accomplishing that you are excited about?
Obviously, the border. That's number one. Tariffs, I think they're important, and he's doing the right thing with that. You know what I mean? It might take a little while, but we're all here. We went through the last 4 years of just heartache, so I think we can hang on a little longer for him, so.
That's right. And what do you think about the auto industry here in Michigan? What's been happening in recent years and how President Trump can turn it around?
He's always been for the auto workers, always. He saved them a long time ago, and he's saving them again. So, and I know the auto workers appreciate that. Some of them might not say it, but they appreciate him. So, but we're taking America back. And last time he was here, we were all hoping he would be elected, and we came back, and here he's elected. So we're happy.
We love that. So here in the great state of Michigan, your governor is coming to the end of her term, Gretchen Whitmer. What are your thoughts on that, and what's next for the governor of Michigan? Who do you think is going to win?
Time for new leadership. Benson, Nessel, and all of them need to, it's time. They've been here long enough. It's time to have some new, it definitely helps us better when we have a Republican governor, that actually speaks for half the Michigan that loves President Trump. So it's kind of hard, but she's been kind of working with President Trump a little bit. It'd be nice to see her here today to represent our state, but I don't think that's going to happen. But no, I wouldn't vote for her if she was for president. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I'm not sure, but hopefully we have another good one in there for the next election. But let's enjoy this election, right? That's how I look at it.
Exactly. And that's what we're doing here today to celebrate President Trump's historic first 100 days in office. So
RSBN, everybody watches you and here in Michigan, and thank you for all that you do.
You're welcome. And thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming on the show today. And thanks for watching and all your support. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the RSBN viewers?
Trump 25.
Love that. Thank you. Have fun today. So many wonderful, dedicated Michigan patriots here in Michigan to see President Trump here shortly. She's been to every rally, she said. Every Michigan rally she's been to.
That's fantastic. And that's the thing. You have multiple people actually coming to these on a regular basis versus just every once in a while. Look at this beautiful shirt on the back here. Vietnam Veterans of America. These guys are true champions, true heroes, because they didn't get that welcome back like many of our troops did. And, sir, just want to thank you for your service. I'm sorry to interrupt, but share with us why you're back here to see President Trump. You got the dark MAGA hat on, and you're a vet from Vietnam. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, also from Desert Storm and Operation Iraqi. Yeah.
Fantastic, sir. What was your name and rank?
Marty Grabowski. I was a staff sergeant.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Sergeant. We deeply appreciate you. You went out there and fought for freedom. And when you look since World War II, there have been controversial conflicts in the United States, but regardless, the American soldier has provided freedom for countless hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people around the world. So what was it like for you to be in the U.S. Army Infantry?
I enjoyed it. You have to get used to it. You know, you look at it like another home. That's all. You adjust and overcome.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about your organization here in Michigan and how this chapter of 154 in Clinton Township is making a difference for your brothers in arms.
Yeah, see, I'm with the 154 Vietnam Veterans Honor Guard. So we do funerals and 21-gun salute and fold the flag and presentations, you know. We enjoy
Fantastic.
that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's always beautiful to see that out there, and we're grateful for your service. And what are the most exciting things about these past 100 days having President Trump back in office?
Well, the main thing, he closed the border right now, and he's taking all the criminals out of here. You know, that's a big thing right there. He's saving America. That's exactly what he's doing. America first.
Absolutely. And when you were in the military, sir, if I may ask, was it something of the meritocracy that Pete Hegseth is helping bring back to the Department of Defense? Did you care if someone next to you was a Republican or Democrat? Did that even matter? Or were you focused on the mission?
No, we're always focused on the mission. It doesn't matter who's Republican or Democrat. We never asked. You know, we just did the mission. That's the first thing we have to do.
Amen. Well, thank you, Sergeant. We appreciate your time here today, and have fun inside of the Macomb Sports and Expo Arena. It should be a good time.
Thank you.
Absolutely. God bless you. And always good to have our veterans in place. And Megan's got some more people here.
We have some ladies for Trump over here. Look at this shirt, Trump girl with the high heel on it. That's cute. We love this. I stand with Trump. And are you all together? Are you all friends? Okay. Well, all the ladies are gathering together. So here we are. And what was your name and where are you from?
My name is Elena Rona. I'm from Centerline, Michigan.
Is this your first Trump rally or have you been to others?
This is my first Trump rally, and I'm so excited.
Okay.
Awesome. Is there anything that President Trump has done in office so far that you loved, and this is the reason that you voted for him, and you're seeing him deliver on his promises?
What I saw that he's banning transgender people to fight in the military, and that makes me really happy because I support the military.
That's right. And is there anything you'd like to say to the RSBN viewers watching right now?
We're out here supporting Trump, having a fun time. Come out and enjoy a nice day and make some friends.
That's right. It is like a big family here. That's why I thought you all were friends because, you know, we're all gathered together. But I mean, we have the same values. So it's easy to form friendships that way. So we love that. So what was your name and where are you from?
I'm Cindy. I'm right from Warren, right here. Right here.
Oh my gosh. So you get to watch President Trump come to your very hometown.
And I've done this before because he's come here several times. So, and this is my sixth rally.
Sixth rally. And we saw in the little Hall of Fame area type of thing in there that there have been other past presidential candidates here. Have you ever gone to another rally from someone else?
Nope. Not going to happen either.
So we're here supporting President Trump. What have you seen President Trump deliver on as far as his campaign promises in office so far?
Well, obviously the border, and he stuck to his word on that to work that day one. And it's a big change, the limited people coming in. He's clearly working on getting illegal criminals out of the country, and that's a good thing. I appreciate that. And one big thing, my daughter's older, but I have 4 grandchildren. So it's very important to me what he's done with DEI and what he's done with the trans in the schools being taught, because I totally disagree with some of these books I've seen and read. It's like, nah. The parents need to be the ones to know, and they're the only ones that know their children and when they're ready for that kind of information, not the teachers at the school. Stick with the, math and reading, history, So that's been important.
Agree 100%. It's time to bring common sense back to the public school system and even the other schools as well. So it's great to see that. President Trump standing up for our youth. Bobby Kennedy standing up for our youth as well to make America healthy again. Children's health is so important. And what have you seen as far as ICE deportations and closing the border here in the state of Michigan?
I haven't seen personally anything. I've heard of a few arrests here, but nothing substantial, which surprises me a little. So I hope, if they're not here, they're not here. But I just hope that they follow through or continue to follow through and get more and more of these illegals out of here. Doge was the other thing I really am happy with. Yes, Doge. Yes, I'm all for that. I don't know how anybody can have an issue with somebody finding fraud in our system. Get rid of it. We worked our butts off for decades to put money into our Social Security, and if they empty the coffers because they're giving them to illegal people, this is not working for me, So yeah, that's very important.
The government works for the people, and they were taking our tax dollars and wasting it. So Doge stepped in and is auditing our spending, auditing the programs that we've been spending money on. So it's great to see that too. Is there anything else you wanted to say for the RSBN viewers?
Hi. No, go Trump, and everybody that's here, I hope they enjoy themselves as I am. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. And is there anything you'd like to say too?
One thing with the messaging when it comes to Doge and Social Security and Medicare, focus on the fact that you're eliminating fraud and what's the other term? Waste. You're not going after people for their Social Security. You're going after the fraud and the waste. Nothing else. They need better messaging with that. And you guys do a great job.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, it seems to be that social media or corporate media likes to twist things and make it seem like something that it's not. And it's good to clear up the Social Security confusion.
They always like to, fake media always likes to focus on anything for the bleeding hearts to hold on to, as opposed to, you know what? If fake media would just give both sides, they wouldn't have the issues they have. Every time you turn it on, they focus on the negative, and they never say anything about the positive that comes out of whatever issue is up. They never focus on both sides, and that's where they're losing the American people.
That's right. And is there any other campaign promises that President Trump has delivered on that you are excited about?
He promises made, promises kept. That's why I love President Trump.
That's right. Thank you so much, ladies.
Why we love you guys, because you tell the truth, and we appreciate that. Because
Both sides. It doesn't matter what side. You guys will do both.
I was going to say, I remember years ago, you were the only one that would broadcast one of his rallies.
Absolutely.
And we appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thanks for supporting us. And we're here to show the rallies, to not cut the cameras, and to show people the actual whole truth, not just a little piece of a puzzle that we need to make sure that the American people see the whole picture is the point. So that's what we do here at RSBN. So thanks for your support, and thanks for coming on the show today. Thank you. Wonderful people, and they can really tell a huge difference that we do at RSBN versus all the other fake news outlets.
It's about the people. It's about hearing from you. And that's why it's fun to be out here today talking to you as we have in the past, the last 10 years, coming to the birthday of this great organization this summer. Thank you to Resilience Medical Club for sponsoring us here at Right Side Broadcasting Network Live. An alarming reality, nearly 100 million Americans live without access to a primary care doctor. 1 in 4 adults has faced a mental health challenge this past year alone, and over 37% have skipped a prescription because they could not afford it. And it's simply put to fact, medical debt is now one of the number one things, Megan, right here in our nation that's affecting bankruptcy on a regular basis. So Resilience Medical Club is answering the crisis with real solutions. For just $47.99 a month, your family can sign up to 7 members up and access this virtual primary care and urgent care information that you can personalize with a number of different items that will help you and your family, especially pharmacy benefits. Members choose their own pharmacy care doctor and a physician who knows them personally, their story and their goals, and how they want to help cure any ailment that might be on the table for them. So appointments are available as little as 1 to 3 days in advance, 24/7, and every day of the year. So if you already have insurance but facing high prescription co-pays and such, this is a great way to bring down those costs. There are no contracts, no claims, nothing to file, no hidden fees. Sign up today, resilienceMedicalClub.com. That's resilienceMedicalClub.com. And Megan, I'm excited about this organization because I can remember after college, I had a great job actually waiting tables, learned a lot from that, have used it throughout my career. But I remember when Obamacare came into effect, they forced us down from full-time work at 32 hours to around 28. So then they would not fund us with their own brand of health insurance because of the filings and because of the cost of Obamacare became hugely controversial. And we had to go on Obamacare by force. And it was funny because it was supposed to help people like me coming right out of college, not making the most money in the world at the time. And it did the exact opposite.
And if you don't want it, you have to pay the individual mandate. So it was
Right.
a forceful either way. Obamacare wasn't the greatest. So got to repeal and replace that. So another thank you to one of my favorite sponsors, Republican Red, because who doesn't love a good wine night? Looking for a bold way to celebrate our Commander-in-Chief's historic first 100 days in office? We've taken the 45 to 47 Pinot Noir, the wine that started it all, and turned it into an entire collection. Introducing the Big Beautiful Bundle, a tribute to the most active first 100 days of any presidency in history. Every bottle is a celebration of promises made and promises kept. You'll get 2 bold reds, a refreshing white, a sparkling wine, all honoring action, achievement, and the spirit of true leadership. Whether you're toasting victories, hosting proud Americans, or just savoring a moment of patriotism, Republican Red has the perfect pour for you. Just go to republicanred.com and 10% off plus free shipping on your Big Beautiful Bundle with the offer code RSBN, or use the QR code on your screen. It just takes you right there. So raise a glass to the first 100 days that have delivered more than just words. They delivered real results. That's republicanred.com. The website is republicanred.com, and use offer code RSBN for 10% off plus free shipping. Promises made and promises kept.
They are indeed promises made, promises kept in 100 days back in office. And we are smiling ear to ear because many of the guests that come on the show, Megan, as well, talking about how it's like Christmas every day with President Trump in office, hitting on these crucial situations. And I got to tell you, there's an organization that's made a massive difference. We're going to say hello real quick to this entire movement, the grassroots, and that's Turning Point USA, specifically Turning Point Action, and the amazing work that they've done on a regular basis. You can see these fun signs they have here, Make America Healthy Again. It's good to see you, sir.
Hey, good to see you
How you
too.
been?
Good. How are you?
Absolutely. Tell us about your work here in Michigan.
So I actually came down from Pennsylvania to do my part to, get some signups, help register some voters. But, even with Trump in the office, we still got to keep our ground game going, keep up the momentum, because one thing that Republicans do best is, we win those elections for presidency, but then we just lose all that momentum. We just sit at home and just let Republicans lose and lose and lose. So what we have to do as conservatives, keep people in the game, keep people engaged. So we're out here getting signups, getting people registered, doing everything we can. Just make sure we have a pathway to victory this year, next year, the next year after that. And then boom, those 4 years are going to go by fast. We got to have a ground game and a plan for that as well.
Yeah, tell me some of your thoughts on 2026, because here in Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer is term limited. You look down to the southeast, there are many other governors, including Henry McMaster, Governor Ron DeSantis, Brian Kemp, Kay Ivey, all term limited. So 2026 brings an opportunity for younger leaders on both sides of the aisle. And President Trump will not be on the top of the ballot, but we'll probably be having great MAGA rallies just like this. How is Turning Point Action helping to ensure that constitutional governance remains and activates great voters and public servants come the next election?
Right. So if anybody's been keeping up what Turning Point USA has been doing, they have been going to all the different college campuses doing, the America Comeback Tour. But last year we did the You're Being Brainwashed tour. And just simple debate, getting people to think a little bit. But we were waking up just so many different voters. People online were seeing our clips. But us at Turning Point Action, we're the ground game that's registering voters, chasing ballots, building coalitions, recruiting precinct committee members, which if you aren't on your precinct committee, if you aren't involved with your local Republican committee, you got to do that right now. Such an important thing. But Turning Point Action is constantly beating that drum, building that ground game here in Michigan, here in the Great Lakes region, Ohio, me in Pennsylvania. I'm doing my part because I know next year, oh gosh, we got to get rid of Fetterman. We got to get rid of Josh Shapiro. We've got a lot of work to do in that state.
There's no question about it. So show us your new sign. So Make America Healthy Again. Of course, and I think on the back, Secretary Kennedy.
Yep. So we got 2 different signs here, good conversation pieces. And obviously, you got to love that Maha lifestyle. Me personally, I know after Election Day, I started getting fit. And I tell all these young people, get out there, start working out, go to the gym. You'll feel like a much different person. But I mean, it's like common sense. We got to make America healthy again, because the stuff we have been putting in our foods, like the red dye 40. I mean, you look at a lot of the brand name cereals we're eating nowadays, and just a lot of the food. And I actually have a friend who was telling me that, you know, he's actually a Navy veteran. He's like, the food that they eat overseas in Europe is so much healthier than it is over here in America. Like the steak. Why can't we have that good steak here? So, I mean, the things that RFK is doing, and, you know, what we really got to reform the FDA and make a change there.
Well, it's nice to see so many companies seem to be voluntarily doing this as well, because I just take Kellogg's as an example, not to point them out, but their cornflakes, there's about 4 ingredients in the UK, and here it's about 40, and it's mostly artificial or something that's not good for you. So how is Turning Point Action getting that message out there? And do you see it resounding with Gen Zers and those on the college campuses?
Right. So we actually had a campaign, and we're still doing the campaign. It's called Dump the Dyes. And we're encouraging everybody online, just take a video of yourself, you know, finding something in your household. We all have it. Something in our household that has some kind of toxic dye that causes cancer. I mean, Skittles, you can go with like any kind of candy bar or any of the jams we use nowadays. They add that red dye to them, and they completely toxify it. So we're just telling people, hey, get that stuff. Even the energy drinks too, which I was a big, you know, energy drink guy, but I cut that all out of my system because, again, that's the Maha way. But get back on track. We're just telling people, get that stuff, throw it away, and post a video, join our campaign, encourage other Gen Z to do it, because we have to start getting healthy now so that we can start building our own future.
You're definitely leading the way. Turning Point USA and Turning Point Action. Where can we find all of your activities throughout the upper Midwest?
So you can find my personal activities on X, on Twitter at NFORMICAGOP. But I would encourage you guys to check out what we're doing at Turning Point Action at TPAction_. And then you can go to our website, tpaction.com, get involved with us, become a precinct committee member, join one of our great coalitions. We got to continue to do the work in these swing states and all the other 50 states. Come get involved with us. Let's win this.
Turning Point Action, definitely making America great again, making America healthy again as well. Thank you, sir. We appreciate all your work.
I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. God bless.
God bless.
It's wonderful to see some great American patriots over there at Turning Point Action standing up for making America healthy again, and also helping to educate the youth. Gen Z voters have swung way far to the right compared to previous generations at their age. So it's wonderful to see all their hard work on college campuses and on social media getting the message out to young voters.
Oh, they made a massive difference, Megan, when you look back to 2024. It was truly incredible to watch that mobilization on campus and to see the excitement. And when we're on the community campuses or the four-year colleges and universities, all the enthusiasm from the students showing up. And I can remember our time in East Carolina University, how many of them would jump up to the camera and say, hey, Professor so-and-so, I'm skipping class today. I'm all excited to see then candidate and former President Donald Trump. So an exciting engagement for young people to be involved at such a level that Republicans really haven't reached out to those on the college campuses truly in a long time. It was even going back to the Reagan administration where they almost said, oh, goodbye, you know, yield that ground to the left. But places like Turning Point Action, Turning Point USA, making a massive difference in that.
That's right. Even back when I was in college, I started to see the indoctrination of the youth happening. When you would look around at the different organizations and messaging on campus, it was almost entirely an echo chamber of liberalism. So to see Turning Point Action on college campuses, to get another message out there, to show young people that there isn't just one way liberalism in the echo chamber. You can have your traditional values, you can be a conservative, and you're not a crazy person, because there's a lot of you out there.
There really is. And I'm just looking beyond the camera here. We have Trump van signs, 12 more years, stop here. There's be creative, think like Einstein, be the Prometheus generation. Also talking about ending all property taxes in Michigan as well. As we know, I mean, many people have moved out of this Wolverine state down south because of Gretchen Whitmer's really failed leadership on a number of levels. But it's interesting to see how they will fight back, because they won this state last year, President Trump with the MAGA coalition. So it definitely is a swing state that can make a massive difference on a global scale, as we've seen President Trump completely realigning the global supply chain and attempting to strengthen the American dollar with the tariffs. Line's kind of going slow right now. We've interviewed most people right around here, but let's see if we can get some younger folks who might be excited about this entire movement. Ladies, how are you today? Would you like to talk about why you're here to see President Trump 100 days into office?
Not really.
It's okay. We don't bite here at Right Side Broadcasting unless you're a progressive far left socialist. Just kidding. Some people are a little bit camera shy, but that's okay. Let's see if we can get a USA chat. Who's excited to see President Trump? Everybody. Oh! I gotta tell you, my friends, Pennsylvania was much louder, and we don't want to hear about that. I know how to get you upset. You know who won the national championship? Those Ohio State Buckeyes. But who loves J.D. Vance and Donald Trump? That's what I'm talking about. What's your favorite thing about 100 years into this new presidency of Donald Trump?
100 days? Not 100 years.
Well, it feels like 100 years in a good way.
That he's president. He's my president.
What are your top issues that have had you to support President Trump in these crucial days for the future of our civilization?
He's for the people. He is not for illegal immigrants. He is for our health. He's for our future. That's where we need to be.
It really is. How do you see this whole MAGA movement going beyond President Trump? He won't be on the ballot in a few years, although there's some debate about that. How does this go further as our constitutional republic is coming back together with constitutional governance?
I believe he's got quite a few people behind him that can just jump right in that role.
Any favorites for you?
Oh, gosh. All of them. All of them.
It's an exciting time. There's definitely a big tent and a lot happening within this party. There's no question about that. So as we look to that, we are thrilled with what is happening here in the MAGA movement. Everyone's excited to see countless people. You can hear it right there. USA, USA, USA. And we see here that, oh, this is the coolest shirt that you could probably get. Megan's going to talk to this lovely lady here.
Of America, look at this. Established in 2025. We love that. Thanks for joining us today. And what's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Christy McKibben. I'm from Toledo, Ohio.
Wonderful. So you came here from Ohio, next door to Michigan. So Ohio, I'm also from Ohio. So we voted for President Trump this election. It's not really considered a swing state anymore. So we've gone so far to the right. We love that. Have you been to any other rallies for President Trump?
I have. This is my third. My first was back in 2020 at the Toledo Express Airport. This is my smallest venue. And with my spot in line, I'm hoping I get to say thank you personally to him today.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for coming out today. And thoughts on Vivek Ramaswamy running for governor of Ohio?
I think Vivek is great. I think he's the change that Ohio needs. Obviously, I know we are a red state per se, but there's a lot of people that necessarily don't go in line with the conservative values. And I believe Vivek is the true conservative, strong leader that we need for Ohio.
That's right. And he's definitely on the MAGA, America First agenda, Trump train, if you will. So it would be wonderful to see him in office. He was talking about eliminating the income tax, eliminating the property tax eventually. So doing some great things in terms of limiting the government overreach in Ohio, cutting regulations. So it's great to see that too. Is there any campaign promises that President Trump has delivered on that you were happy, that you voted for, and now he's accomplishing them?
Well, obviously, I know he's going to deliver on all of his promises, just as he did the first time around. I'm happy, very happy with the speed that everything's happening. Obviously, I knew he was going to come in strong. Very happy that warp speed with the border wall and the deportation of the illegals. We got to get our country safe again. Got to get the fentanyl out. Another one that I personally am invested in. I'm very happy with the beginning of the dismantling of the Department of Education. I have 3 children, 1 already through school, 2 still left, and obviously future grandchildren. And it scares me to death with what our school systems have become. We got to get God back in our schools and God back in our country.
That's right. Do you work in the education system, or you're saying from in terms of a family standpoint?
Just from a family standpoint. My mom actually was a teacher. She passed away 12 years ago. She would be just completely ashamed of what it's turned into. I actually work in trucking, so not auto worker, but I'm a trucker. So not personally, but
So President Trump just signed an executive order saying that in order to drive a commercial vehicle, you have to speak English and be proficient in it for safety reasons. Thoughts on that?
Absolutely. If you live in this country or if you're here legally on a visa or whatever else, you need to speak the language. We need to speak it if we go to another country. You're out there in a big rig tractor. Obviously, safety is key. It's going to do nothing but put more danger on the roads if we continue to allow all the foreign truckers. Not only that, it's causing a driver shortage of our American drivers. So I was very happy with the executive orders yesterday as well.
Wonderful. Is there anything you would like to say to the RSBN viewers?
Well, first of all, go right side. I followed you guys from the very beginning. Believe it or not, sadly, I was raised to believe I was a Democrat. 2016 was the first time I voted Republican. I woke up, seen the light, and you guys are the only ones that I follow. Go Trump 2028, hopefully, God willing, and make America great again.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
She was very excited when she saw RSBN arrive on the scene today. So thank you to all of our wonderful viewers and all your love and support.
There is a lot of enthusiasm out there on 100 days back into office, and some of those highlights simply being the tariff agenda, also securing our border. We heard a lot about that with different people here. Also the meritocracy in our media, once again, how important that has been, not only to tell the truth where the truth is or should be celebrated, because we just have sometimes a press room that doesn't do that, but we have a new media that is committed to those things, but also the meritocracy in the military. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth doing an extraordinary job, seeing all those numbers go up more than they have since AutoPen. I mean, skyrocketing to get new recruits and to bring back those 8,700 soldiers who were denied staying in their career in the military because of the vaccine.
It's wonderful to see young people wanting to get into the military, wanting to strengthen our military for our country, because of course, President Trump stands on peace through strength. And of course, the proof is in the pudding. So the numbers are rising. People want to join the military again. No more woke agenda infiltrating our military, weakening our country from within. So it's wonderful to see that. And here we are in Warren, Michigan. If you're joining us, we are outside on a beautiful sunshiny day. It's a bit windy, but we're out here having fun. It's warm outside. There's lots of people with flags and merchandise. I saw Trump 2028 hats and shirts are for sale. We've got music playing and flags, lots of awesome signs out here, and very creative shirts.
The inside as well. It's quite a sports and expo center here on the Macomb Community College campus in Warren, Michigan. Thank you to our sponsors, Tax Network USA, TNUSA.com. It truly is your go-to to settle all of those back taxes and to make sure that the IRS is not bothering you. You don't want that to happen, even if we're just shortly after tax day in preparation for next year, or sometimes you get that letter or that note roughly 90 days after April 15th, and you owe more, or something that's happening that your taxes did not get filed appropriately. Do not fear. The Patriot experts are here, and that's Tax Network USA, TNUSA.com, the best way to get in touch with them. And you want to settle those back taxes today, because we know that the AutoPen presidency, 88,000 new IRS agents, President Trump scaling that back, sending them some to the border to help the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the Marines as well. But regardless, you have to watch out for yourself. So TNUSA.com, Tax Network is your go-to.
Speaking of numbers, taxes, financing, listen to this. Look, I don't know your exact situation, but if you're like thousands of homeowners, American Financing talks to every month, you're struggling to keep up, barely making ends meet, drowning in high interest debt, it's not your fault. Life got more expensive. Inflation hit hard. And if you're still carrying credit card balances with 20% interest rates while your mortgage sits untouched, you're ignoring the one thing that could turn it all around, which is your home. And this is where American Financing can help. Would you trade 10 minutes for a shot at saving an average of $800 every single month? Because that's exactly what homeowners are doing when they call American Financing. A simple, no obligation call could change everything. And they have a team of salary-based mortgage consultants, so there isn't any incentive to put you in a loan that doesn't make any sense for you. And there are no upfront fees to find out how much you can save. Make sure you do not wait and call American Financing today and start feeling that relief for yourself. Call the number 888-402-0299. Again, that's 888-402-0299. And the website is americanfinancing.net/RSBN.
And that's what's truly exciting about our sponsors here. They're not only experts in their field, they want to bring about all of that relief for you, whether it's with the finances, whether it's with taxes, whether it's great memorabilia. They want you to enhance your life, and we thank them for their sponsorships here, because without them, we wouldn't be bringing you all this unbridled access to right here in Warren, Michigan at Macomb Community College. This very center itself, the Sports and Expo Center, hosts to the last several presidents who had come here during their presidencies, during the campaign, because this county mattered, perhaps more than others, to get the next president of the United States in office. And we know this Wolverine state, what a big difference they made in the last election.
That's right. We're here in the Midwest, the great state of Michigan. Gretchen Whitmer is ending her term, and there's going to be an election in 2026 for governor of Michigan. And also Vivek Ramaswamy is running for governor in the great state of Ohio. We're right next door to my home state, Ohio. So it's wonderful to see all the new and upcoming governors in the Midwest here that could really make a change and get on the America First agenda and making Ohio great again, making Michigan great again, and others.
And they might disagree on the Wolverines and the Buckeyes, but they know that their hearts and souls are truly with the MAGA movement. So that is an exciting time to be here in this great area of the country. You'll find just wonderful people, those broad shoulders that built this great nation, that Midwest common sense that makes such a difference for the entire country. It saves us from this far left crazy stuff going on in places like California, and we hope that they will change as well. But to your point, Megan, it is changing. We have a younger generation on both sides of the aisle who are getting engaged into running for higher offices because of term limits or because simply people are retiring. So you have all of that happening. So we'll be right here with you at Right Side Broadcasting Network to cover all of those great rallies a year from now. Not even. I mean, it will be so quick right around the corner that you'll be looking at this, you'll blink, and it'll be May of 2026. It will be hard to even think that any time has passed, just like last year. Let's talk to some more great people over here. Let's see if we can grab these guys over here. Sir, I'd like to share with us why you're here for President Trump's 100 days in office.
Sure. See the greatest president ever.
And why is that?
All the accomplishments that he's already had in the last, first 100 days. The border, securing the border, and we actually need these tariffs. Everyone wants to say that's a negative. We actually need it. Like he said, the country's sick and we need an antidote, and tariffs are the antidote. And how are we going to keep funding Canada? We can't be doing this. What, $200 billion a year? That's ridiculous. The crime in our city, everyone's city across the country. It's been horrible.
Now, we're not far from the Canadian border, too. So give us some thoughts here locally and with our friends on just north of us or even southwest of us here, because that border is very close. What do the Canadians think about it? What do Michiganders think about perhaps having the 51st state as Canada?
Oh, they don't like that. I actually went to a Red Wings Senators game. Senators are from Canada. And I talked to a couple Canadians, and they do not really like Trump because of the tariffs. But, I mean, are we going to be their sugar daddy forever? No, we can't have that. It sucks that, they can't sustain themselves as a country and they rely on our tariffs. But are we just going to keep getting more and more in debt just to help them?
Well, and that's been the narrative, too. We've talked to people who ran for Prime Minister of Canada, even recently on the show. And, I brought up the fact that there are 24% tariffs hitting Minnesotans and Wisconsinites as well at the dairy farms, and they conveniently forgot about that. So what, in your view, with tariffs, regardless of what country, how will that help the United States when it comes to our wealth?
What do you mean, like? I didn't hear.
Oh, well, specifically with tariffs, how will it assist us to become wealthier as a nation? Because to your point, we're supporting everyone else, and this tariff system can actually bring people to the table to renegotiate trade deals.
Yeah, because the tariffs are like a certain dairy products, 230% on certain dairy products for Canada. I mean, that's ridiculous. We want an even playing field, and that's what everyone wants, even playing field. Like, why should the United States pay the most tariffs and all these other countries don't? That doesn't make any sense. And we just want an even playing field. But everyone here can agree that tariffs should be even with all countries.
And sir, how about for yourself? What are the highlights from the first 100 days President Trump being back in office?
the border, a lot of crime. Again, the tariffs. The thing about the tariffs is that it's a negotiating tool, and if we can get everything balanced out, for instance, there are some products that it's absolutely impossible for American companies to sell in, for instance, Europe or Japan or places like that, and that's the situation it should not be. So if we can use tariffs to open their markets to our products, then that way their consumers can make the decision for themselves whether they want to buy it or not, instead of it just not being available to them.
Because the inflation has been really a hidden tax on the United States.
Absolutely is. It's the most insidious tax there could be.
And we saw that especially over the course of the Otto Penn administration. How has a Trump presidency really made a difference with Michiganders and making this state great again? Because it's been relatively difficult given the fact that you've had a governor who's a far left darling.
Well, I'm fairly insulated from that because I worked for the Army for most of my life, and right now I'm retired, so I don't really have a lot of input there. But I see other people, they're all worried about things. But if they would just wait for a little while and let everything settle out instead of jumping to conclusions and taking irrational actions, I think that they would see that this is going to be good overall.
Right. Yeah. And that's really getting that message out there. What do you think it's going to be like without President Trump on the top of the ballot? We'll probably have these rallies come next year, but is it going to be hard for the MAGA movement to move forward without him on the ballot?
Well, I don't think so, because he's still going to be alive, and he'll put forth his effort to bring the base, the MAGA movement, keep it strong and move candidates to the top of the ticket so that they can run. And as long as you've got a deep bench of dedicated people who are on board with the movement, I think we could turn the country around and keep it safe.
Right. Absolutely. Joe?
Too, for Michigan. The auto industry will be a lot better because we'll be able to open up plants again, the ones that all closed. The Packer plant, all these other plants that all closed down. Like my grandpa, he used to work for the auto industry. And I mean, it's only going to bring jobs back into Michigan and all the auto companies in the United States.
That was a highlight.
Plant on Mound Road that was shutting down. They laid off a bunch of people because they were building, I think it was the 1500 Dodge truck. And the reason they were laying off all the people is because they were moving production to Mexico. Well, if you bring it back here, there will be people here working. And that'll be good all around, because these auto plants that are up and down Mound Road, they generate a lot of spill off into the local economy. So the whole area will come back.
Absolutely. That's so true, gentlemen. Job creation, securing the border, tariffs, and President Trump being back, making a difference. Thank you for your time today. Have fun on the inside. It should be a blast in there.
Yeah, it's right inside.
Absolutely.
And I have a gentleman here with the Roofers for Trump shirt on. So tell us about this.
Yeah, as a roofer, we support Trump. Trump supports us. Everybody that is in the roofing trade, they're hard workers, probably work harder than most people. And I just think Trump, he's a small business. I'm a small business owner. He supports small business. So we're here to support him.
That's right. And thoughts on young people getting involved in trade school now to get into roofing and others?
Yeah, as far as the trade schools go, it's something they don't teach us in school, all the kids in school anymore. We don't have shop class. We don't, there's no values. When you ask the schools about it, it's all, Eastern Michigan, MSU, U of M, but there's nothing in the schools talking about trade schools, and we need tradesmen. It's the only trade you can go. I can go anywhere across the nation with my tool belt and get a job, like on the spot. So I don't know why they're not teaching kids that. Teach kids how to work hard, and at the end of the week, have a big pile of money in your hand. So that's why I support Trump 100%.
And is there any specifics that Trump has implemented as far as policies or cutting regulations, et cetera, that have improved the industry for you?
Well, I mean, the last 4 years, the shingle prices have actually increased about 100%. So we haven't seen a reduction yet, but I know we will. As far as the rest of that goes, we're just a small company, but what I can relate to is, like a gallon of orange juice is $11 at the supermarket. Come on, who can afford that? Yep. Good.
And then thoughts on President Trump incentivizing people to get into trade school, maybe rather than going to college to get a degree that may or may not get them a good job afterwards?
Yeah, that's a real good question. As far as like the kids going to school nowadays, they're going to school for 4 years, 5 years. They're coming out, and what can they do? They don't have any skills to make it in the real world. So as far as the trade schools go, everybody needs shop class. I don't know if you guys had shop class in school. It's something that's going to stay with you for the rest of your life. So, I think Trump has hinted about that. And I think that's great. We need more young people in the trades. The average carpenter is about 55 anymore. We're the 20-year-olds. We're the 25-year-olds. And again, you don't need any schooling on that. On-the-job training is going to be the very best for you. And again, you're gonna make $800, $1,000, $1,200 a week by doing that. So, I think there needs to be more emphasis on that than there is actually school, because the college right behind me. But really, what good does that do you? I mean that with no disrespect, but I'm just being honest with you. Become a mechanic, become a carpenter, anything in the trades, a millwright, anything like that, and succeed in life. Don't get by. You're going to succeed in life, and that's where we're at. I live in a small town, and we have one of the biggest buildings in town. Why? Hard work. Nobody gave it to us. We worked for it, and I think that's what people need in America. They need to teach that, work for it, and you can have anything you want in life.
That's right. And it's so important to educate our youth on the different options they have as far as career paths go. So it'd be wonderful to get them into the trades. And has illegal immigration affected your industry at all?
No, not really. Everybody thinks that, we're all going to get by. If you have the will to work, you're going to succeed. So as far as immigration goes, I don't even know what to say on that. If you're here legally, we're all immigrants at one time. If you're here legally, you're golden. No, I don't. I disagree with all the illegal people coming over. But again, that's Trump's job to take care of that.
So is there anything else you would like to say to the RSBN viewers today?
I just wish all the parents out there that watch, I watch you guys all the time that watch, go to your school, go to the school board. The kids need like home economics. There's kids out there that can't even cook. That's something we learned when we were younger. Home economics, basic math, and trade school. That's all. If you ask me, those are the fundamentals of raising a child. I have 3 boys. My fiance has 1, so we have 4 kids, 4 boys all together. So with that, teach them what they're going to use in the real world.
So true. Thank you for being an American patriot, voting for President Trump, and being a great family man, it sounds like, too. It's very important to instill those values upon the next generation. So thank you.
Yep, and thank you guys for getting the real word out there. Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching. And speaking of youth, here we are with, what's your name?
Juliana.
We're here with Juliana, and her mother brought her here today. So it sounds like you were supposed to go to school today, but you said this is more important. I gotta see the 45th and 47th president.
Yeah. I had a field trip, but this definitely tops that.
That's amazing. So what do you love about President Trump?
I like how he's just helping our country, putting America first. This is the first time in my life I've seen a president put America first.
That's wonderful. And how old are you, by the way?
10.
10 years old, Juliana. Here, are you from Michigan?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. And what do you think about all the younger people in terms of once you're old enough to vote, what do you think about your generation? Do you think that they love America? How do you think they're going to be voting?
I hope they vote Republican. Yeah.
Me too.
A Republican.
That's great. And was there anyone trying to tell you that you shouldn't like President Trump?
Nope, never.
There you go. So we love President Trump too. Thanks so much for seeing us today. And I'm excited for you to see our great president, who's the 45th through 47th president of the United States. Exactly. Anything else you'd like to say to the RSBN viewers?
I have something to say actually about the school district. Like my mom has to put me in private schools. I go to St. Lawrence on Utica. And we shouldn't have to do that. We could be going to Disney every summer if we could go in public schools, but we can't because of all the stuff they're teaching.
So true. My nieces also had to switch to private schools, a Catholic school, because the public schools were becoming so indoctrinated with messaging that was very inappropriate. So it sounds like you saw that too in your school.
Yep. I I like my teachers. I'm glad I'm not in that school district. I'm glad I'm in this area.
Wonderful. So it sounds like you're going to be set up for success in life, and we wish you a wonderful future. And if there's anything else you'd like to say, here we go.
Thank you for interviewing me.
Thanks for joining us. Juliana, 10 years old. She loves America. She loves President Trump, and she's got a very wonderful future ahead of her. So thanks for joining today.
Thanks for letting me be on TV.
Amazing. Look at the youth. They're excited. They love America. They love President Trump. And in 8 years, I'm sure she's going to be voting Republican.
That's what it's all about, Megan, the future of this great country. Are you looking for a bold way to celebrate our Commander-in-Chief's historic first 100 days in office? Well, we've taken the 45-47 Pinot Noir, the wine that started it all, and turned it into an entire collection for these golden eras, this 100 days, an exciting mark in the American presidency. Introducing the Big Beautiful Bundle, a tribute to the most active first 100 days in the office. Every bottle is a celebration of promises made and promises kept. You'll get 2 bold reds, a refreshing white, and a sparkling wine, all honoring Donald John Trump, his action, achievement, and the spirit of this true American nation and leadership, bringing us back to constitutional governance. Whether you're toasting victories, hosting proud Americans, or just savoring the moment of patriotism, Republican Red has a perfect pour for you. So just go to RepublicanRed.com and get 10% off plus free shipping on your Big Beautiful Bundle with the offer code RSBN, or use the QR code on the screen right there next to you. Enjoying this wonderful day. Raise a glass to the first 100 days. I know MAGA Megan and I will be doing that very soon, because this is the best place to go for your favorite wines. RepublicanRed.com, offer code RSBN for 10% off plus free shipping. Promises made, promises kept.
That's right. Huge thank you to Republican Red Wine. It's a celebration, isn't it? It's
really
a celebration every day. Every day we wake up, it's a wonderful day in America when President Trump is in office as our commander-in-chief on the world stage, negotiating trade deals, ending wars in the Middle East, ending wars in Russia, Ukraine. Amongst all these other things he's doing, he still has time to come see us and come to do these celebration rallies. This is his 3rd one since he's been in office. And what a great day it's going to be.
A man of the people. It is 1:30 Eastern, just outside Detroit, Michigan. We're in Warren, Michigan, Macomb Community College at the Macomb Sports and Expo Center. Stick with us here. We're going to a quick commercial break for this non-bridled, beautiful access to everything President Trump. He'll be there momentarily. Stick with us here on Right Side Broadcasting Network.
Welcome to Right Side Broadcasting Network, your trusted conservative news outlet. At RSBN, we deliver the truth when the mainstream media falls short. Since 2015, we've proudly broadcasted every single one of President Trump's iconic MAGA rallies, bringing you the excitement and energy live before anyone else. By watching RSBN, you get an unfiltered front row view of the action on the ground. We interview the crowds to give a voice to millions of Americans just like you. We show you President Trump's speeches in their entirety, free from interruptions and censorship. We cover the stories that matter to you with the integrity and passion you deserve. Thank you for choosing RSBN as your home for America First News. Together, we stand strong, united, and informed. So join us and be part of the right side of history.
President Trump is keeping his promises and saving America. And your kids can learn all about it for free with a new Kids Guide to President Trump. This fun guide shows kids all the steps President Trump is taking to put America back on top of the world stage, including building a strong economy, protecting our borders, and negotiating trade deals. It's an exciting way for kids to learn about President Trump's outstanding leadership. Act now and get a free bonus guide, The Courage of the President. Order now at freetrumpbook.com. That's freetrumpbook.com.
Well, hello, brothers and sisters. Pro-life leader Frank Pavone here. You know me through RSBN's Praying for America program, and I'm the director of Priests for Life. I also direct Pro-Life Vote, and that is an entity that continues to build on President Trump's 100 days in office. What a beautiful marker we have with this rally today of 100 days of this second term. No president in American history has ever accomplished so much. And I want to do two things here. That is express gratitude to you because of your conviction that we're part of the greatest political movement in American history. You have helped elect this man. You have helped continue to make his policies successful. And secondly, I want to urge you, friends, keep your foot on the gas. Let's keep promoting the messaging, the reasons behind our support for President Trump. Let's be determined to lobby especially the members of Congress, to stick with this agenda. Let's continue to thank President Trump for every great thing that his new administration brings to us. And let's make sure that we increase the margins of America First, Trump supporting members of Congress when it comes to the midterms next year. The work has to start now, because to get this agenda accomplished in this second term, we need a strong support in Congress. Let's all work together, and you'll find resources at prolifevote.com. Remember, this is the greatest movement in American political history. God bless you, President Trump, and God bless all of you, patriots, brothers and sisters.
Hey y'all, it's Silk from the Diamond and Silk Chit Chat live show. Look, don't forget to check me out right here on RSBN Network. Be sure to watch the show on Right Side Broadcasting Network, and I want you to support Right Side Broadcasting Network. Yes, it's imperative that you do so, okay? I look to see y'all soon. Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited to announce the next generation of energy drinks, Rev 7. It has no sugar and no caffeine. Instead, Rev 7 uses Go BHB. Go BHB is one of the body's primary ketones, and it provides the most efficient and clean fuel that your body needs. It also helps you stay energized all day with no crashes. Not only that, it produces 3 times more brain energy than sugar, which helps boost your memory, focus, and mental sharpness. It also helps reduce stress and helps balance your mood. Rev 7 does all that while being the best tasting energy drink ever. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 20% today. I'm so sure you're going to love Rev 7. For a limited time, you get our introductory 3-pack absolutely free. I drink Rev 7 every day, and I absolutely love it, and so will you.
Welcome back. We're here in Warren, Michigan at Macomb Community College, waiting for President Trump to come to this rally, celebrating his first 100 days in office. And what a wonderful 100 days it's been. And I want to shout out a huge thank you to one of our sponsors, Block Trust IRA. President Trump said that he would make America great again, this time with cryptocurrency. And with his new federal crypto reserve, the MAGA crypto revolution is here. RSBNcrypto.com, in partnership with Block Trust IRA, offers a secure path. Convert your IRA or cash to cryptocurrency protected by a revolutionary AI technology called Animus. Unlike meme coins are scams that prey on hardworking Americans. The Patriots at Block Trust IRA offer real managed crypto accounts with AI Animus technology that navigates the market with computer-based precision, reducing the risk of the volatile cryptocurrency market. There is a reason Animus AI Technologies was named the #1 crypto trading strategy in the world in 2023 by Bitcoin Magazine. Whether you have a retirement account like 401k or IRA, or just cash savings sitting in a bank making you little to no interest, Block Trust IRA's clients are currently seeing over 250% returns on their investments. So don't wait. Visit rsbncrypto.com and find out how they can help you to be a part of the MAGA crypto revolution. With best-in-class military-grade technology, Block Trust IRA's clients are 100% insured for up to $200 million. In fact, at rsbncrypto.com, they're so confident in their ability to help you succeed that for a limited time, they're offering a $250,000 bonus in crypto when you open an account. Crypto creates 80,000 new millionaires in just 12 months, and you could be the next, so act now. Visit their website, rsbncrypto.com, or call the number 877-649-6732 to secure up to $200 $2,500 in free bonus crypto today. That's $2,500 in free bonus crypto today. Their experts are waiting for your call. Again, the website is rsbncrypto.com. Huge thank you to our sponsors. And President Trump did create the strategic Bitcoin reserve for the United States. So crypto is very secure and it's the way of the future here in the United States. So it's wonderful to see that. Is anyone excited here to see President Trump in just a couple hours?
Oh, very excited. Yes.
Wonderful. Are you here from the state of Michigan or did you travel?
Michigan. Yes.
Is there anything that President Trump has accomplished in his first 100 days in office that you were happy that you voted for him?
I really appreciate how he's taking care of the border, because nowhere on this planet would I be allowed just to go and set up house in any other country, anywhere on the planet. So I really appreciate that. And I became a citizen in 95. And so I know what the world is like out there.
So true. And what country did you come from to become an American citizen here?
Honduras, legal.
The legal way. That's right. So how was that process for you? And did it make you more proud to become a citizen the legal way?
I was very proud when I did. However, I came with my parents. So I came as a child. And back then in the 60s, it was easy, to apply to come into the country. So they didn't have any problems.
Awesome. And it's wonderful that you became an American citizen the correct way. It's very inspiring to talk with other immigrants who have done the same. And some immigrants that have come to this country the right way are some of the most patriotic people that I know, because like you said, you know what it's like in the other countries. So to come live here the American way was a dream for a lot of people.
That's very true. And it wasn't until 2020 that I realized what actually was happening. And that's when I said to myself, I did not become a citizen for this. I didn't sign up for this. And so we've gotten very involved politically, which is something I never, ever, ever imagined doing. Door knocking and petition, circulating and all that stuff. Never in my lifetime, but here we are. Because I encourage all Americans, get up, go out there. The very least, attend your school board meetings, your city council meetings, township meetings. That's the very least you can do. So please do that.
That's what it's all about. Grassroots enthusiasm for standing up for American values. And what did you mean by when you saw what was happening in 2020, that this isn't what you signed up for in America?
A stolen election, completely stolen election. We saw all the proof. Yeah.
And is this something that other countries around the world that have been taken over by corruption, is this how they operate?
Absolutely. And that's what I meant by I didn't sign up for this. I chose to be an American citizen. I chose that. So I please encourage all American citizens, get involved locally with your local government. Get out there. Stop complaining. Get out there and make a difference.
So true. And thanks for all your grassroots hard work that you guys have been doing to stand up for what you believe in and the American values that you came here for. So we want to thank you for that. And is there anything else you'd like to say to the RSBN viewers?
Well, we thank you guys. Michael,
RSBN's the best news.
What makes you say that?
RSBN's the finest news we have.
Because?
Oh, because? Because they're more fair and less balanced. You don't need to be fair and balanced. Just tell the truth.
Just tell the truth. We roll the cameras. We don't cut the cameras during the show. When speakers are on stage, we let people see the entire show of what's happening, the entire story that they told, instead of just one little piece and snippet like some of the other news networks do. So I love working with RSBN. So thank you for watching, and thanks for recognizing us for that. Is there anything else that President Trump has accomplished that you were happy to see once he got in office?
Well, for one thing, the secured borders, it's about time. We went through 4 years of hell with millions of illegal aliens coming into our country. Criminals, rapists, you name it, child molesters. We're tired of it. And finally, we're going to have 4 decent years, hopefully to recoup all the harm that's been done.
So true.
We're glad for the tariffs. What did we do before income tax and property taxes? We had tariffs. Let's stop taxing our citizens out of their properties.
Exactly. And President Trump just said the other day he's going to use the tariff money to eliminate income tax. So that's how it worked in reverse before. We didn't have income tax. We had tariffs instead. So he's figuring that out. He's a businessman. He understands numbers, and that's what he's using it for. So
Exactly what we need is a businessman. Yep, in office, and we have one to straighten out our country. Thank you, President Trump.
huge thank you to President Trump. And is there anything in terms of Gretchen Whitmer's ending of her term for governor? What do you think about that for the state of Michigan? What's next for the governor of Michigan?
I honestly don't know. One thing we have to do is turn the state around and get rid of that whole administration. It's corrupted. So we need to clean house in Michigan.
Yeah, we're hoping for somebody that understands the Constitution and doesn't take that away from the people.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you both for joining us today, and have fun at the rally. It's going to be a wonderful day seeing President Trump here in just a few hours. Thank you both.
Okay. Trump, Trump, Trump. Thank you.
Trump, Trump, Trump. That's right. So it's great to see people who have come from other countries from around the world and legally become a citizen here in the United States. As she mentioned, she was a young child when she came here with her parents, but I'm sure they instilled in her the American values and the American traditions, and they explained to her, this is why we came to the United States, because around the country, they have corrupt countries, around the world, they have corrupt countries. Like she said, when she saw stolen election tactics happening here in this country in 2020, she said, this is not what I signed up for. This is not what I came to America for. This is what people are doing in other countries around the world in corrupt bureaucracy states. And this isn't what we wanted here in the United States. And she's standing up for what she believes to be true American values in her local neighborhood. She's even going to her local school boards and getting involved on a grassroots level. So we want to encourage you all to do that in your own communities too. A lot of people like to say, oh, politics doesn't affect me. I don't even vote in politics. I don't vote in elections, but it really does matter on a federal level, on a state level, on a local level, on the county level, and right in your school boards and your school districts. So get involved in any way you possibly can. Hi there. Do you have something to say?
Guys on RSBN, I watch you guys in the app store all the time.
She has the app. Thank you. Yes, I have the RSBN app. We get news updates every day.
I keep track of Trump on there a lot.
We love that. Thanks for all your support. And what do you hope to see from President Trump today at this celebration rally? Anything in particular that he's going to speak on, or any tariffs?
Migration, hopefully.
What were your most important issues that you voted on when you voted for President Trump in the election?
Huh?
What were your most important issues that you voted on for President Trump in the past election?
The border.
And he's delivering on that because he closed the border immediately.
Of gas. And prices on the food, and
inflation had run rampant under Biden. Inflation definitely was running rampant. Gas prices were insane. And President Trump got in there, drill baby drill. He's bringing America back to energy independence. So we love to see that. And gas prices have gone down by a lot. I live in Ohio, and I'm seeing some areas under $3. So are you seeing improved gas prices here?
$2.99.
$2.99 here in Michigan.
And Dave's in Michigan.
$2.99 for gas. Remember when it was over $4?
Oh yeah, $5 too. Biden.
Because of Joe Biden, that's right. And they had all these crazy climate change policies that were burdening the everyday American with their climate nonsense, their climate mayhem, and they were putting all these restrictions on what we could do, basically restricting the free market and making us dependent on other countries for our oil. So that's where that came in. So President Trump enacted his drill baby drill policy. So here we are getting ready to celebrate him.
I also like Elon Musk because he's taking all the Doge stuff out. They're taking all that stuff out, so we know who was taking up the
right. monitoring all these different programs. What have we been spending the taxpayer dollars on, and auditing government spending, what they're bringing in, what they're spending. It's wonderful to see some of the smartest people in the world, and especially in the US, running our government now. It sounds like you like them too.
Yep, I agree with you.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to the RSBN viewers?
I hope that they will get the Epstein Island log list out and the Diddy list out, because I want to know. You want to know who was on that list.
For sure. Radical transparency. That's what we want in America. So thanks for joining us today, and have fun.
I get nervous.
It's okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We love all of our RSBN viewers. Oh, I don't have a card. Sorry. We love all of our RSBN viewers who have the app. Like she said, I have the app too. I get news updates all day, every day. New executive orders coming in from President Trump, happenings where he is when he was at Pope Francis's funeral. It was Melania's birthday the other day, when he's meeting with world leaders, when he's negotiating trade deals, when he's enacting executive actions, and all the happenings of President Trump 2.0, his second administration. He's been moving at absolute lightning speed, and it's only been 100 days, but we're about to have, for the next 4 years, a wonderful commander-in-chief. President Trump in office is a strong leader that we needed for the United States. So congratulations to all of you. Congratulations, America, for taking our country back. Thank you to everyone who voted for President Trump, convinced their friends and family who maybe had not registered to vote. Thank you for convincing them to vote for President Trump. And here we are, just hours away from seeing President Trump here at Macomb Community College in Warren, Michigan. We're getting ready to see President Trump to celebrate his absolutely monumental first 100 days in office for his second administration. People are gathering outside. It's nice and warm. It's a bit windy, which kind of feels good because it's pretty warm outside, but the sun is shining. The people are dancing. People are excited. One more thing to say.
One more thing. Are you related to the Trumps from the RSBN? Do they do that app? Are they in the? Do they work with you on the RSBN?
I mean, our President Trump definitely watches our network. That's for sure.
Laura Trump, is she?
Yeah, Laura Trump does some news hits sometimes, for sure. Yes, that's right. She loves RSBN. She loves Laura Trump. She loves RSBN, and we love her, and we love you guys. And thank you to everyone who donates to us. Thank you to all of our sponsors, and thanks for all your love and support every time we come out here to the rallies. As soon as we walk on the scene, we see people cheering for RSBN, or they're excited to see us. They want to get on and do an interview. So the enthusiasm is absolutely here. And I have a special thank you to one of our sponsors, Kalshi. So what's really cool about this app, you need to download this. What's really awesome is you can basically bet on what's going to happen in the political world. So like, for example, what's Trump going to say at the Macomb rally today? So basically, you can vote on anything political as far as details go. So back when the election was happening, you could vote for who do you think is going to win Michigan? Who do you think is going to win Lake County in Ohio, for example? Or by what margin do you think President Trump is going to win the popular vote? Or do you think Kamala Harris is going to win the popular vote? Any little intricacy that you could think of as far as politics go, you could bet on Kalshi. So make sure you check out their website. It's really cool. Kalshi.com/about. And here's how you spell it. KALSHI.com/about. Kalshi and the betting markets in general have actually predicted many recent stories. Actually, it's more reliable than the corporate news. So it's really cool. So make sure you download the app and get started with that. It's really awesome. And another thank you to one of our sponsors, Free Trump Book. The mainstream media has never treated President Trump fairly, and that's impacting what our kids are learning about him. But kids need to know the truth about President Trump and his unwavering courage to keep fighting for America. That's why Mike Huckabee's team put together a very nice gift bundle for kids that includes the Kids Guide to the Courage of President Trump and the Kids Guide to President Trump. These guides are excellent for kids. They make it fun for kids to learn all about Trump. The best part is that they're all free too. So you just need to pay shipping and processing. And you can even get a free commemorative Trump Christmas ornament showcasing his incredible bravery. You can get all that for free for a very limited time. Just go to the website freetrumpbook.com. That's freetrumpbook.com. Don't wait. Go to freetrumpbook.com to claim your free gifts. And we were speaking earlier with some of the Turning Point Action people, and it's very important to educate our youth because there are, like I mentioned before, there are echo chambers of liberalism around college campuses, even happening in the public school systems. So we need to make sure that we're getting the correct messaging to our children about the truth, about family values, about American values, learning about the Constitution, learning about the truth of what President Trump stands for. So that's what's awesome about this. So freetrumpbook.com, make sure you go check that out and get some free Trump books for some of the kids in your life, maybe your nieces and nephews, grandchildren, people in your neighborhood, if you have some neighbors. So make sure you check that out. And huge thank you to our sponsors. So here we are in Macomb Community College in Warren, Michigan, the great state of Michigan. So here we are in the Midwest. It's a beautiful day outside. We have lots of signs out here that are really unique. There's one that says 12 more years, stop here for Trump Vance. And then there's a new tariff in town. There's a picture of President Trump that looks like a cowboy in his cowboy hat and a horse. And then we have all kinds of people out here for local government as far as Michigan goes. There's people for the school board. There's people running for governor here earlier. We talked with Anthony Hudson, who's running for governor in 2026 for Michigan. So make sure you get out and vote for your local elections. Make sure you vote in the midterms. It's very important to vote every step along the way to support people who support President Trump and his America First agenda to make each state great again, make Ohio great again, make Pennsylvania great again, make Michigan great again. The Midwest is very important to the heartbeat of America. It was once the powerhouse of America when manufacturing and steel was very important here. And the auto workers, of course, here in Michigan. So it's time to bring a revitalization of the Midwest and bring everybody back to traditional family values, traditional American capitalism, bring America back to what it once was. About 100 years ago, America used to be such a powerhouse. So let's bring it back. This is the beginning of America's golden age under President Trump. This is the second term, Trump 2.0. The administration has been moving at lightning speed. So here we are getting ready to celebrate President Trump in his first 100 days in office, and he's going to be here in just a couple hours. Hi there. Do you have anything you'd like to say for our RSBN viewers?
Nothing right now. Just happy to be on TV.
What made you vote for President Trump?
Well, I live right over there, and I got the day off, so might as well just come see him in your home neighborhood, right?
Have you ever seen President Trump in person?
Yes, I have. It was right here, too.
It was right here. So he had a rally. When was that?
I think it was 2022 or 23, around there.
So a lot of past presidents have campaigned here, and President Trump has visited here before, so it's really cool to see him. Did you vote for President Trump in this election?
Yes, I did.
Are there any campaign promises that President Trump has delivered on that you were happy to see?
I don't really know any policies, honestly. Just, I noticed gas prices have been going down, though.
That's due to his drill baby drill policy. Basically, he wants to create energy independence for America. So here he is ramping back up the Keystone XL pipeline and others. So it's great to see the gas prices going down. And is there anything else you'd like to say for our RSBN viewers?
Just Trump 2024.
Trump 2024 and Trump 2028. How about that?
I don't mind.
Would be awesome. We're starting to see t-shirts and hats being sold that say Trump 2028, which is really awesome to see. And we have some ladies for Trump over here with their bling on.
Yes, we're all women, educated women for Trump. Don't forget that special word, educated.
Educated women for Trump. So what brings you out here today?
See my awesome president. This is my 8th rally. I'm so excited.
Wonderful. So have you seen President Trump all in Michigan rallies, or have you gone anywhere else to travel?
Only in Michigan. Yep.
And why did you vote for President Trump?
Because he actually opened my eyes to all the corruption that's going on in our country. I never knew it before. I've always been a Republican, but when he came around, I was like, no, he's wrong. And then he wasn't. He was telling the truth.
He was slowly but surely exposing it all. And I think a lot of Americans woke up over the past few years, like yourself, which is great to see.
Which is great. I have 4 children, and they are all aware of the corruption. So hopefully it will end and not go farther down the line.
So it's very important to be educating the youth and making sure they're getting the truth and the right messaging too. So it's for our future. It's for our current times and our future generations here in America. So Was there anything else President Trump was promising during the campaign that you just loved and you had to vote for him?
Got to get these illegals that are killing our kids out of our country, man. Come in the right way or don't come at all, like my grandparents did.
Where did your grandparents come from?
Italy. Came in the right way. Quarantined at Ellis Island for 2 weeks until they were healthy to get out. Had to learn to speak English and had to get a job.
That's right. That's the true American way.
The American dream.
That's the American dream. Thanks for joining us today. And is there anything else you'd like to say to our RSBN viewers?
Trump 2028.
Trump 2028.
Don Jr., Barron, whatever, man. Let's go. Just keep it in the family.
We love that. Thanks for joining us today. So much enthusiasm here for President Trump. People are lining up, getting ready outside. People are cheering. People are excited. And I would like to point something out too. We've been to so many rallies. Personally, I have been with RSBN for so many rallies during the campaign season, and I saw barely any protesters. And here we are outside the rally for President Trump today, where he himself will personally, physically be here. And I don't see any protesters. But if you've been paying attention to what's been going on around the country, there have been protesters gathering in random cities at random times, not necessarily because there's a political candidate there or someone in office that they're protesting outside of an event, for example. They're just gathering outside. So I don't know what that's about. It seems as though they're very organized. There may be some funding behind that. But here we are on the ground. I don't see any protesters. We've been walking around outside. I haven't seen any hecklers. And actually, that's something that President Trump used to have a lot in his rallies back in the 2016 run. When he was having his rallies, there'd be people sneaking into the rally, pretending to be MAGA, and then they go in and then they're causing problems, they're heckling, and then he would say, "Go home to mommy, get this guy out," and then security would carry him out. But we have not seen that in 10 years. We haven't seen hecklers inside rallies. We haven't seen people outside. Has anyone seen any protesters here?
No, we're hoping not.
So it seems like there's all these protests gathering around the country in random cities, but then when President Trump is here, where are they?
Didn't show up.
Scared.
They have very weak arguments and not much to be present about.
Or
getting paid enough.
That's what I was thinking. There's no funding for the protests at the actual rallies. There's no protests happening outside the actual event where President Trump is.
That's right. That's right. They can't give them enough.
And we're here on the ground to expose that because I've been seeing protests happening all over the country at random times. And then we're here.
All paid for by George Soros.
Bought and paid for, organized, funded protests, but nobody's here. There's no grassroots protests happening here where President Trump actually is. Wouldn't that make sense if they were protesting to show up where President Trump actually is? You would think so.
I've been here since 10:30, and we haven't seen anybody in protest. Nobody.
Exactly. So here we are exposing the lies of all these people apparently don't like President Trump, all the climate protesters, but they're not showing up here. I didn't see them on the campaign trail either. People are hyped up. People are ready to see President Trump here in just a couple hours. So again, I would like to expose the fact that there are no protesters here. I've barely seen any protesters, even the entire campaign season. We would maybe saw like 8 of them in a line walking through a college campus when we were at one of the colleges. But besides that, only like 1 or 2 would be around. And even when we were in the heart of Manhattan for the Madison Square Garden event, we saw only maybe 4 or 5 protesters that day too, in deep blue Manhattan, New York City. So here we are outside of the rally that's going to be for President Trump, celebrating his first 100 days in office. And we're doing interviews with people. We're getting excited to talk to the crowd. The line is moving and the doors will be opening soon. So here we are in the great state of Michigan. Was there anything you'd like to say for RSBN?
It's just great to be here. Yeah, it's great fellowship. Everybody's got a lot of things in common. Want to see America come back together. Trump's the one who's going to do it.
Exactly. Thanks so much for coming. And is there anything else that you want to see from President Trump today?
See from President Trump today?
What do you think President Trump's going to talk about today?
I think he's going to talk about all of his accomplishments, and I hope he's probably going to point out how these district judges are so much against everything that he's trying to do, and this is crazy. But I hope that he talks a little bit about that and moving forward.
Wonderful. Is there anything else you'd like to say to our viewers?
Go for Trump.
Vote for Trump. How about Trump 2028?
28. Yeah.
I'm starting to see the shirts and hats being sold.
Oh yeah, 28. Awesome. Yeah.
Wonderful. Have fun today.
All right. Thank you. What channel are you with?
RSBN, Right Side Broadcasting.
Oh,
Go
okay.
check it out. We're live right now.
Okay, definitely. I always go on that.
Awesome. Thank you. Have fun today. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, ladies. Hey, ladies. Is there anything you'd like to say? The line is moving. People are getting ready to go inside. RSBN, Right Side Broadcasting. She's got her Glam USA hat on. Is there anything you'd like to say to President Trump because he watches our network sometimes?
Yes, I would like to say that I'm worried about the January 6ers. The January 6ers, I think they need to be taken care of more.
Thanks.
Out.
Get the story out on January 6th. And President Trump has been offering justice for some of the January 6th prisoners. So that's wonderful to see. So here we are. Everybody is getting ready to go inside. They're chanting for freedom. They're chanting for USA. God bless America. Hey guys, is there anything you'd like to say for RSBN? Is there anything you'd like to say for RSBN?
Go Trump.
Go Trump. That's right.
President.
Donna Brandenburg for governor. Donna Brandenburg for governor.
What are some of the campaign promises?
What's that for Donna?
Yeah.
She wants to bring back our constitutional carry. She wants to have common sense, just like Trump wants to. And she was on the Republican Party, but she got kicked off last time in 2020 with the fake election. But she's going as a the taxpayer party. But she's all about the truth, and she knows all about the corruption, and she wants to make our group, our Michigan, better. And the thing is, we got to get rid of the party, because there's the Republican and Democrat. Our founding fathers always said, when you have two parties, you are dividing us, right? So we need to unify. You know what I'm saying? So
it's all about unity.
So, yep, we need to unify. And Trump talks about common sense. That's common law. And when you see the new flags that we got flying, there's no gold fringe on them. That's a good jet. That's good, because that's maritime law. And you got a spear tip instead of the eagle, which represents the military taking us to help us.
Thanks so much for your message today, and have fun at the rally.
I like you guys, man. I follow you all the time. You're the best, because you guys hold nothing back. You let everybody talk, and you don't hide anything. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you to all of our RSBN viewers that recognize the difference that we make, the difference of RSBN versus the other networks, and how we roll the cameras, we let people talk. We're out here on the ground showing you what's really happening. We're being your eyes and ears at these events, at the rallies, and we're getting ready to see President Trump here soon. And the line is moving.
Trumpalicious.
Trumpalicious. How about that? Okay, and the line is moving. People are heading inside, and President Trump will be arriving shortly. We're excited. He's got his hat that says X on it. Dark MAGA. Hey, ladies, is there anything you'd like to say for RSBN? They said go Trump. Lots of young people here today in the great state of Michigan getting ready to see President Trump here. Hey, ladies, is there anything you'd like to say for RSBN?
Oh, yeah, we love your channel, and we love Trump. Glad to be here.
Thank you so much. Lots of RSBN fans here in the great state of Michigan at the Trump rally, getting ready to celebrate President Trump's first 100 days in office. And what an iconic first 100 days it was. This guy's got the Bible here. Is there anything you'd like to say on RSBN?
God bless President Trump.
God bless President Trump. He had a leather-bound Bible here at the Trump rally. It's wonderful to see such faithful patriots here at the Trump rally.
Hey, Mike.
Look at these pink t-shirts. Can I show your shirt on TV?
You can't beat this look. Come on.
0-2.
Yeah, real men wear pink. It's my second time since I was 6. I wore one of these. That color.
And what made you vote for President Trump?
Oh my gosh, where do I start? I mean, honestly.
Any great campaign promises that he kept talking about during the election season that you were like, I got to vote for this guy?
I mean, I'm a UAW worker, okay? So when you look at the big picture, and we do a lot of overtime, and when he said no taxes on overtime, I was all for that, you know. And we're still kind of waiting for that part for sure. But I mean, he always keeps all his promises, just like the border right now. You know, you can't beat that. I mean, that's security for our country. So
true. And no tax on overtime is going to be huge to incentivize workers to put in more overtime, because why are you going to do all those extra hours and then it's taxed at a higher rate? It's just crazy.
I mean, our management, as soon as that was announced, they cut all our overtime right away. You know, we're like, what the heck? It's not now, you know, so, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So what else made you vote for President Trump?
His daughter, she's hottest. No, I'm joking. But
beautiful women love President Trump, and President Trump also has a very beautiful family too.
he doesn't work. He doesn't take a paycheck. You know, here's a guy that loves the country. He doesn't have to work. He doesn't have to do this. You know, he's lost, millions of dollars becoming president. If you think about all that. So that's just how he's for the people,
As opposed to making millions of dollars, but while being in public office. So he's truly a servant of the people. So it's wonderful to see such a great-hearted person and a businessman in office representing us. And is there anything else you'd like to say to President Trump? Because sometimes he watches our network.
I think he should run again. And when you get a chance, I need him to get over to my Cybertruck so he can autograph the dashboard. My Cybertruck.
Sounds good. We love that. And is there anything else you'd like to say?
Nope. Go Trump. Yeah.
Wonderful. Have fun today. What's that?
We got Chaldeans and Arabs for Trump. Trump is helping the Iraqi and Lebanese community and the Yemen community here in Michigan. We also have the Albanian and Bengali community that's very active. We're going to turn Michigan around and have zero unemployment here and cut the property taxes in half. Our economy is already doing much better than it was before, much stronger.
And what is President Trump doing for those communities that you specified?
For Michigan, he has a reach out program. Any issues that we have financially, social, religion, we reach out to DC. They get back to us within a week, within a couple of days. Also, the local officials are more active now than they were before. Thank you, Trump. We love you.
That's great. And is there any other campaign promises that you voted upon that he's delivering on now?
He's delivered on everything. Gas came down a little bit. Some of the manufacturing prices have came down for the factories for exports. What we're waiting on now is for the officials to accept that he did win. Legally, legit, he won. Time for officials to work with him so we can help every city. We're all one family now. It doesn't matter if you're red or blue or independent. We all have to help each other and help our neighbors.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us today, and have fun with the rally tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you guys. Thank you for coming. Michigan, all investors are welcome. We have the most jobs available in America. We're top for exports. Welcome. Thank you.
That's right. It's time to strengthen the Midwest once again, because it was the powerhouse of America not that long ago, but we've seen a decline recently. So we're RSBN. So we love to see that manufacturing is going to be coming back and the Midwest is going to be strong once again.
Top on exports. We get the Rust Belt back together. Property tax lowered, get more people to work. We need more graduates. We need more trade schools. From Michigan to DC, we have a strong connection now going through Ohio and Pennsylvania. We're hoping to grow it. And everyone's welcome to move to Michigan as well. Yes.
Exactly. And it would be wonderful to see the elimination of property tax, as some of the candidates are talking about now, because then people could buy a home and they won't have to be spending extra money as basically rent. Once you buy your house, property tax is kind of like rent to the government, but you should be able to just own your house once you have it. So it'd be wonderful to see that. Maybe the elimination of income tax in the state. It would be great to incentivize people to move to Michigan.
Thank you. Thank you. Michigan has a lot of lakes. We're big on exports. We have a great port here as well. Manufacturing infrastructure is very strong. We want our local governor to work with all Republicans and other parties as well. Make it peaceful. People welcome here. Michigan is growing very fast. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for your time today, and have fun at the rally.
Appreciate it. We get a picture together?
That's right.
Picture? I'm going to promote you guys online.
Thank you so much. So RSBN, check out the app. Make sure you download our app. Thank you to all of our viewers. Thank you to all of our supporters and our sponsors. There's so many people here today who have just lit up when they saw RSBN here at the rally. And we're back in our element. We're back in President Trump's element. He's been doing so much since basically the first hour that he was in office. He went right to Capital One Arena, was signing executive orders, throwing the pen out into the audience, because that's where he likes to be, right in front of the people. He said, this is what I campaigned on. We won the election, and I'm signing the executive orders right in front of you. I'm delivering on my campaign promises. And it's been a wonderful 101st days in office for President Trump. And here we are in Warren, Michigan, getting ready to see President Trump in just a couple hours. And there's so many patriots out here getting ready to see President Trump. The line is almost all the way in. Oh, hi there. Is there anything you'd like to say to RSBN?
Hey, RSBN, thank you so much for all y'all did during the campaign. It's Corey Wu, Trump volunteer back in 2020, 2024. So happy to see y'all. Keep up the good work. I hope Auburn, I hope the weather's nice there. I truly miss Dan Bongino. I know he's a big Auburn person since it's kind of dark he goes there. But shout out to President Trump wherever you are. See you later tonight. And let's keep the MAGA agenda, keep it going. And, just crush the radical left and keep it going. Yeah.
Well said. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you. And it's just wonderful to see everybody who supports RSBN, supports President Trump. It's a celebration here today. It really is.
Absolutely. The weather is kind of windy, but it feels really good, especially if you're out of the car. Couldn't ask for better weather. Everyone's in lively spirits, and everyone is looking forward to have a good time. Seeing the best president in the history of our country, President Donald J. Trump. I've never seen an administration so cohesive, one where everyone treats everyone like family, especially like upper level cabinet in like the secretaries. It's truly astonishing and amazing, the cabinet that President Trump has put in place for our country.
That's a great point. It's not just President Trump. Of course, he's doing an amazing job too, but the rest of his cabinet and all of his powerhouse team members that he's put in place. So it's wonderful to see everybody working together, and they're all working tirelessly. I mean, Elon Musk was sleeping on the ground, sleeping on the floor, working so much with the Doge effort. So it's wonderful to see that. Tulsi Gabbard, Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, everyone's working around the clock for the American people.
Yeah, I will say with the Doge and Elon Musk, he's a true American patriot. He's sacrificed a lot of his time and money to support President Trump during the campaign. I am for certain that Tesla's going to get back on its feet, and Doge and Elon Musk are going to continue to hit it hard and get rid of government corruption and drain the swamp, and get rid of government waste, identify it and get rid of it. DNI, Tulsi Gabbard doing a wonderful job getting rid of the bad people in the NSA, and just continue to drain the swamp. Dan Bongino, I know a lot of viewers miss him while he was at holding down the ship with the Dan Bongino show. Say Vince is absolutely amazing, and I'm sure I'll see Deputy Director Dan Bongino sooner or later. Absolutely miss him. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
But I'll say Secretary Rubio doing a wonderful job with the talks with Ukraine, the deportations alongside with Tom Homan and Secretary Kristi Noem. It's a very awesome process to see that people are like illegal immigrants for the most part are taking the warning signs very seriously with like the deportation app and like the warning signs on social media. I know the administration is going to deport as many people as possible. And with the current news with a potential Trump 2028 ticket, I think it's going to be even better. And it's a very exciting time to watch President Trump and his current administration, Vice President J.D. Vance, run the country and run the administration the way they are. A lot of countries are, coming to the table to, make deals. I know like the phone lines are just waiting to hear back from everyone. And the tariffs are going to lower, inflation. During Biden administration, they were printing a lot of money. And due to that, like the value of the dollar for one part has really been drastically lowered. I know people, trying to go valuation euro to the dollar during like the Biden administration, it was very weak. So it was easy to go abroad. I think with cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and gold and silver, still very, very high in value. And I do believe that the American dollar can be restored in some way, in one shape or form. But crypto is definitely a very strong point.
So true. And President Trump established the strategic Bitcoin reserve for the United States, which was wonderful.
Yeah.
And then also we need to maintain the strength of the dollar, and we need to make sure that it's still the currency of the world. I mean, it's the world currency. So let's keep it at that.
Absolutely. While I was on the campaign, shout out to Mike. He got into like the Bitcoin and things like that. Nodi it's called Nodi. Check it out if y'all have a chance. But absolutely golden time for cryptocurrency. I know there was like the conference in Nashville, Tennessee about a year ago, and if everyone has a chance to review some of the notes and the video from like the cryptocurrency conference in Nashville, Tennessee, you'll learn a lot more about cryptocurrency if you're unsure. And I'd say a lot of potential American, investors would actually, invest in cryptocurrency after watching the video and the replay.
Yeah, it's really important to educate people on cryptocurrency because people may be hesitant to get involved because they just don't understand it. So watching something like that would be very important for educational purposes.
Absolutely. I wholeheartedly ask everyone to continue supporting President Trump. During like the last campaign with Kamala Harris, they saw like a drastic drop in the stock crash, but with the current tariffs, everything's going back up. With drill baby drill and the tariffs and countries doing deals with us, inflation's going down. The economy and like the unemployment rates going down, and the American dream is very much possible for a lot of Gen Z millennials like us, and it's a very exciting time for everyone watching RSBN and for people like you and me.
So true. Thanks so much for your insight. You've been very helpful in educating some of our viewers on these topics. So is there anything else you'd like to say heading into this rally?
Yeah, I look forward to hearing from President Trump, and dearly miss him. It's been a minute since I was, volunteering and canvassing for the Donald J. Trump for Campaign 2024. Just keeping the momentum going. Knocking out Agenda 47, holding accountable radical left judges, and making sure our thin margins within Congress are doable. I'm actually looking at maybe running for Congress in South Carolina eventually. I actually grew up in a couple states, but I have roots in South Carolina, believe it or not. So it's a viable option, and the less trouble for me because a lot of shams and stuff, and like stuff happens when you go into public office. Yeah, so eventually.
Well, you got a bright future ahead, that's for sure. And good luck if you end up running.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. And thanks for watching RSBN. Have fun today.
Thank you. You do the same.
Wonderful. So many great RSBN viewers, MAGA patriots here on the ground. We're in the great state of Michigan. And I have a message for you from one of our favorite sponsors, MyPillow. Mike Lindell is a great American patriot. So use code RSBN because they have, for a limited time, there's a $100 in free digital gifts with your order of $100 or more. Use code RSBN. There's a big sale on kitchen and towels for as low as $9.99. There's a mattress topper for $99.99. There's bed sheets, a closeout sale, all sizes and colors for $25. The premium MyPillow in queen size and king size for $19.98, $24.98 for the king size. They've got some energy drinks on here. There's dog beds too. Did you know that? If you want to be comfortable, you can get your MyPillow. If you want your dog to be comfortable, you can get your dog bed for as low as $39.98. Again, use code RSBN for a limited time to get $100 in free digital gifts when your order is $100 or more. Use code RSBN on their website, mypillow.com. And also one of my other favorite sponsors, Angel Paste, because it's really important to care for your skin. And in the Make America Healthy Again agenda, of course, nutrition's important. the air you breathe, the water you drink, but also what you put on your skin, because the skin is the largest organ on the body. So it's really important to make sure you're putting quality products on your skin. So listen to this. Angel Paste Miracle Cream does wonders for your skin. The hundreds of 5-star reviews from RSBN viewers themselves tell you all you need to know about this great American-owned company. Everything is sourced and made in the USA. Angel Paste Miracle Cream was created years ago and has been getting rave reviews ever since. The most popular Angel Paste is the
roughly 8 hours apart from another by car, but definitely a difference in temperature. Very interesting as we celebrate President Trump 100 days in office. So many successes to talk about and promises made in this amazing